WCA Foundation was created in 1982 to support WCA Hospital. Today we have transitioned to be a part of the UPMC system and are known as UPMC Chautauqua. Our mission, however, has never changed, always to support the health care of this community.
Hospital foundations are fairly common for nonprofit hospitals across the United States, but not every hospital has one, and certainly not every hospital has one that is as ambitious and as engaged and involved as the foundation that we have here at UPMC Chautauqua. On an annual basis, the foundation gives us over $500,000 to our general fund that we're able to use for a variety of things. If a doctor or our clinicians come to us with a request that would help keep care here locally and elevate what we're able to do above and beyond the normal course of business, we're going to earmark those dollars for those special purposes. And we want to do that so that the people in the Jamestown and Chautauqua region know that their money's going to go to advancing care within the UPMC Chautauqua system.
So as a member of the board, we voted to purchase a $150,000 infant security system, and I was able to see it in action. And it really was a very comforting, peace of mind system, and very quiet in the sense that it was just a very small ankle bracelet. So it wasn't screaming, it wasn't obtrusive. It's just really nice, and it's very high tech, and glad to be a part of that whole process.
So one of the most important items that the foundation and the community have provided to us is this very expensive $15,000 Panda resuscitation table. This table is very important to allow us to give the best care possible to our babies right after they're born. It provides our nurses and resuscitation team with a platform to assess baby right after delivery and resuscitate if necessary in high-risk situations. It can check for vital signs and thermoregulate with the directed heater and provide oxygenation and ventilation if necessary, as well as CPR if that is required. If this table is needed in a different room, it can be transported as it is battery operated as well. On a lighter note, the displayed screen here allows an opportunity for parents to take a photo of their baby with its birth weight on the displayed colored screen here. As well, the foundation has provided this unanticipated need of new bassinets. These are hygienic, and they're also ergonomically friendly to mom, as they allow for it to be raised and lowered as mom needs if she's not very mobile. And the baby can use this as a crib during its stay here in the hospital, and it allows for safe transport of the newborn from the nursery to mom's room.
So with my mom being on the foundation for all those years, I got to kind of see and hear all of the investments that the foundation is making to the hospital here. So being actually able to have my son here and see this equipment and all these investments actually put to use. Being a first-time father, it's a lot of excitement, nervousness, a lot of emotions going on at the same time. But knowing that we had that extra layer of protection, it just added to that comfort and enhanced our experience here at UPMC.
Some of the ways the WCA Foundation has helped us in radiology is by providing the C-arm, which allows us to go up onto the floor to take images that otherwise in the past we would have had to bring the patient down into the department and take images. So the C-arm has been exceptionally helpful in that regard. Likewise, the WCA Foundation has purchased a stereotactic breast biopsy unit that has a much better detector and allows us to see lesions that were much more difficult to evaluate in the past. When the stereotactic biopsy table was installed, the Hologic company told us that the next closest tomosynthesis stereotactic table was in Rochester, And so if anyone wanted to do a 3D biopsy, they would have had to go to Rochester in order to do it. So having this table has greatly benefited our community and allowed patients to stay here to have biopsies that would have been otherwise difficult to do on the old unit. Early on, right after we got the 3D unit, and we did a biopsy on an architectural distortion that was very hard to see on the standard 2D mammogram, but we were able to see it on the 3D, very small, and we biopsied it. It turned out to be cancer. She ended up going to Cleveland Clinic, and they commented that it was remarkable that we were able to find it so early. And I think that's largely because of our equipment. If we didn't have the equipment that we have, it would be really hard to do our job.
One of the more interesting things that the donations have provided for us is a simulation mannequin named Noelle. She's used for instruction and teaching for the entire labor and delivery team to learn how to assess fetal heart tones, fetal position, cervical dilation, as well as going through the entire process of delivering a baby. More importantly, it allows us to simulate and train for obstetrical emergencies, to prepare for those things that don't happen very often, but we need to be ready to treat, such as shoulder dystocias and postpartum hemorrhages. Also, we can practice how to deliver a placenta after the delivery and how to suture lacerations.
Prior to my involvement with the foundation, I did not realize the great things that they contributed to the hospital and the equipment that they provided and the impact that that had. The last couple of years have opened my eyes to that, and more awareness and involvement will only help the mission of the board.
I have an e-commerce business, so we can locate anywhere we would want. The business is pretty mobile, and we do a lot of stuff through virtual conferencing. But yeah, one of the benefits is we had the ability to locate anywhere in the U.S. basically. And I think coming to Jamestown, there's a lot of benefits to the area. It's a beautiful, scenic area. You have the lake, you have all sorts of recreation. But one thing that's really important, especially if you're going to have a family in this area, is you just want to make sure that there's good health care, good medical care. So that's one thing that really drew me to the opportunity to work with the WCA Foundation, is to be a part of continuing that legacy in this area and knowing that I would have some impact on the quality of healthcare, especially as we're raising our young family here.
Coming from a larger metropolitan hospital, I'm quite impressed by the facilities we have here at UPMC Chautauqua. For a smaller community and a smaller hospital, we have a wonderful facility here that allows us to provide great care to the patients. This is in part because of the great support that we have from the foundation and the community, providing grants and donations.
With my family being involved in the foundation for all these years, where this money is raised here locally, stays locally, and then my wife and I actually getting to experience it here locally, I would recommend people to get involved in the foundation and our community in general.
Yeah, I think it's important for young people in this area to support the WCA Foundation. It's in everybody's interest to have good health care, and that's one of the primary objectives of the organization.
With UPMC's movement in the area, it's still paramount that we have an organization like WCA Foundation to make the purchases necessary above and beyond the normal budget cycles to offer the cutting edge care that the people of this region deserve.
I would really want to thank the WCA Foundation for all that they do and all the funds that they contribute. We use the stereotactic biopsy table every day, and I think that some of the biopsies we do would not be possible without the help of the WCA Foundation and the funds. And so this is a thank you, a huge thank you to all the donors who are willing to offer and give, and that allows us to have these kind of purchases. And so I'm enormously grateful, and I hope that other people would be willing to donate.
All of us on labor and delivery at UPMC Chautauqua are deeply appreciative to the WCA Foundation and the community for all the donations they have made to support our brand new unit. Without them, we would have a brand new unit with old technology, and your support has allowed us to have new advanced technology that helps us to give the best care possible to our patients.
WCA Foundation receives many gifts from the community of a variety of sizes, and all are given to fulfill the wishes of the donor. It is our wish to help you be a part of our organization and support this wonderful hospital.
More and more small communities across this country are seeing their community hospitals going away. Money used by our foundation helps ensure the future success of this hospital so the communities can continue to get great high-quality health care here in the Jamestown area. So I would encourage everyone to please consider giving money to help support our foundation.
Together, we can work to support the world-class healthcare services provided here at UPMC Chautauqua.